And to start off, a little disclaimer, this bag was bought by me. I have no partnership or affiliation with Mystery Ranch. I will tell it like it is, whether there's parts on this that I like or that I do not like. Fortunately, I like most of this bag. There's one or two little things on this thing I think could have some improvement on, but that's just me. So I may have a bit of an addiction to gear and bags and footwear and outerwear and toques and ice tools, but bags is probably pretty much on the top of that list. But I primarily stick to Mystery Ranch. I think my everyday carry bag is a Trident spear or first spear. I can't remember. I've had it for 15 plus years. But all in all, I pretty much just try and stick to Mystery Ranch. I've owned tons of different brands, Gregory, Osprey, all the big brands, and they're great bags, but they just never seem to really work 100% of the time for 100% of the things I need them to do. And I find the comfort levels just aren't the same as what I get out of this company. So this is the Mystery Ranch Scree 33 liter. It is designed primarily as a climbing bag, and it has done that and then some. I've used this for my everyday carry. I've used this for hiking. I've used this for search and rescue operations. Little index on that. Usually for warmer climates and climates like this, I have a larger Mystery Ranch, a Metcalf 75 that I use because hypo wrap gear is more bulky and I can put more gear, more team gear in, blah, 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 blah. But all in all, I typically just go to this. It fits pretty much everything that I need in it and on it. I haven't overnighted with it yet. That might be a project coming up in the future. The materials on this are quite tough. I've actually never owned a bag that looks like this. It has a crosshatch reinforcement pattern. It is almost waterproof. I took this on a kayaking trip, and it eventually did have water seep in through it somewhere and soak some stuff, but I think I put it a little bit outside of its comfort zone for that. The reason why I love these bags is they're simple. There's no extra fancy little pockets on the inside that you never use, no little straps that you wonder, what is this for? It doesn't seem to have a purpose. Everything on these bags are built for a purpose, for a reason. Although I have no idea what this is for. No, just kidding. Actually, I put little spotlights on that when we climb at night. It has an internal frame on it that keeps it rigid. I'm actually a really big fan of frame packs. It's probably going outside the norm, and all the lightweight guys would be like, oh, well, it adds weight. Yes, it adds weight. I do not care. I'm not an ultralighter. I never will be, even though I respect a lot of things they do, and I do some of the things they do. But that's not what this bag is designed for. And with most of the Mystery Ranch bags, it has the Telltale tri-zipper system in it, which I absolutely love. I actually really like this for search and rescue work because I can access something really fast, or if we're on the crag or we're ice climbing and I need to get my pop, I can get it real easy. I don't have to undo any straps. Even with a rope attached to the top of this, one extra step is I will unclip the rope for the top, and I'll move the rope aside, and then I can access it quickly. Even with the ice axes on there, I can still open it right up, get whatever I need, close it right up. No big deal. It's a pretty easy day running with these packs. They have all these little hooks on the outside you can move or add an extra strap to, which I really respect because sometimes you just don't have enough straps. It's just the nature of things sometimes. So they designed this bag so you can strap the rope to the exterior, not the interior. I don't think I have a rope that I could store in the inside of this. My ropes tend to be kind of long and very heavy. I've had this pack out to about 40 pounds and still carried it relatively comfortable. I chose to remove the waist strap on this for the simple fact that it got in the way of my rack on my harness. The strap that comes with it has extra gear loops for climbing. It's actually very handy, so summer climbing, fall climbing, I put the strap back on it so I have extra spots to hold climbing gear. You could probably swap it out for another one if you had one with the pockets on it, but I don't find I ever really use those little pockets anyways. It has little bungee straps to attach hiking poles or your ice axes. This is the second climbing bag that I have. The first one I had pretty massive disappointment. It was a very big, well-known company, and the loops that held the ice axes in blew right out. I think second, third time in use. This thing I have abused this bag in ways it probably shouldn't have. I have never lost a single thing. I haven't had an ice axe come loose. I haven't had a hiking pole come loose. I haven't had rope come loose, other than my own inability to wrap rope properly. So as you'll see in some of the photos and videos in this video, the attachment and how that goes for the ice axes. I'm not ice climbing today, so I didn't throw the axes on. But they're very, very simple system to use. You can tension it up to as much as you need. It works extremely, extremely well. Easy to take apart too. Even with big, thick gloves, you can manipulate the little buckles for everything. Works quite well. To open up the inside of the bag, the tri-zipper just opens straight up. What I love about these bags is you can just pull on them and open it right up. So what I have in here today is a little fire kit, which I used, my extra puff jacket, a little bit of coffee, my jet boil, big tank, couldn't find my little tank on the way out. I have food, a couple extra little gloves too, stuff like that, little survival things in there. My first aid kit, which a lot of people say is too big, but sorry, I've used this multiple times on people on the trail that needed it. Plus, being search and rescue, I like to have a little bit extra on me. I never go out in the forest without my 6-inch Essie and little Sam splint, because we climb. I have no idea how many times I've helped people with twisted ankles just out on the trail. So it all repacks, very simple, very easy, no BS. And I've been hiking for probably close to 2 hours out in this weather. We actually got a big snow system in last night. So I think we got 10 inches of snow, and everything in here is bone dry. I've been in the bush bushwhacking, and no snow, no moisture gets in this doing activities like this. Did I take this ice climbing? And again, even with water dripping on it, no, everything stays very, very dry on this. So flip this guy over. The suspension system is extremely simple. The straps, I don't know how Mystery Ranch engineers come up with this, but they just work. They're very comfortable. If this bag is on the lighter scale, I don't even feel it on my back. And like I said, the last time I had this out, it was probably 35 to 40 pounds with all the rope and gear. I didn't have the waist strap on it. Yeah, it was heavy, but I hiked all day with this thing. No issues with it at all. The yoke is adjustable up and down. This being a large, I'm 5'7", works for me just fine. One thing I also like about Mystery Ranch is they also come with these. So if you do have to adjust this thing on the field or the fly, or you can't forget this at home. It's pretty well thought out. Plus, this doubles as a snow shovel pretty well too. So I actually find that kind of handy. I used to carry an avalanche shovel with me a lot, and I find with these I don't. I can just, if I'm making a quick shelter, if I'm building a bigger camp, then okay, whatever. Might be a little too small, but it works. I believe this bag comes in 2 sizes. There's a smaller version available. I think it's a 25 liter or 22 liter. I'll insert below what size it actually is, which actually is the first model I saw sitting on a store shelf, and I immediately went, oh, what's this? The store sells Mystery Ranch? Oh, what's this bag? I've never seen this before. And a week later, I bought this online. This bag comes in 2 colors. Comes in this color, which, funny enough, is the same color as our search and rescue team. And it comes in black and orange, which Rebecca actually bought the same model of bag, but she got it in black and orange. And to be honest, I kind of like the colors of her bags better than my bag. Only thing I really would change is this. You have to keep your straps done up. This can come off the strap very easily and you can lose it. I'm trying to figure a way that I can resecure it, glue it. Not really a fan of that. So I just keep the straps done up at all times as soon as they're open. It's just how I operate. But Mystery Ranch, if you're listening and you're watching this, and I hope you do, please fix this little part on the buckle. Make it permanent or make a permanent clasp on it. This little thing has slipped out on my pack and Rebecca's pack a few times. Not a huge deal. If it does, it's not a unselling point of the pack. The only other thing I would change in this would be to have a bigger size, maybe a 50, a 55, or even a 60 liter. The same configurations, nothing changed, just the bigger size. Would be nicer to have a climbing bag that's a bit bigger for a multiple day trip. And here is the inside of the bag. You can see the metal frame that comes down. It's a very, very simple metal frame, but it works. They have a small hydration bladder pocket. I never use these because I never use hydration bladders, but it's great to hold a few things like my Essie, my Sammy splint. And here you can see a very close detail of the cross hatching. It's actually like a reinforcement. So I'm a huge fan of that because I am a bit brutal with my gear at times. And what I like about this is if I need to have something I need easy access to, I can just undo one of these zippers or both of them and easy access this, like a drone or some food or whatever I need. So to get into the top, pretty simple. Little waterproof zippers, and this folds up. I have enough in here. I have an extra toque. I have 2 extra pair of gloves, survival blanket, and they have this, which I actually found a month after I owned this bag because I can be dumb. It's a small little, I have my car keys in here and some snacks, which I've already been into. Sorry, Rebecca. And that is the Mystery Ranch Scree 33. One of my all-time favorite bags I've owned out of the dozens and dozens of bags that I've owned. I would buy this again. I would buy this in a bigger bag. Mystery Ranch, please do something about that. I beg you. I would buy it immediately because I am an idiot. And I love your stuff. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it was thorough enough. If there's any other questions or things that I did not cover that you want to know, drop it in the comments. I will answer you. And with that, I'm going to pack up, make sure this is out, and I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to take Rebecca some lunch because she's working today. And as usual, someone has to be responsible, and that person is not going to be me today.